All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're diving into some absolutely fascinating data from our source material about the impending 2035 Ascension. Specifically, we're looking at the exact mechanics of our emotional liberation. You know, when we talk about massive shifts in human consciousness, it's so easy to get lost in the abstract. But the information we're breaking down right now takes a highly structured, almost systematic approach to how humanity is going to transition into this new paradigm. We're going to look at who is facilitating this, what exactly is holding us back, and the very specific step-by-step operations currently underway to make sure this shift goes smoothly.
So, what is the final gravity holding humanity back from the 2035 Ascension? Now, when you think of gravity, you probably think of physical weight, right? Just the force keeping your feet planted on the ground. Well, the source material asks us to totally reframe that concept. It suggests that as we barrel toward the year 2035, the real gravity preventing us from elevating our collective state isn't physical at all. It's emotional. It's that invisible baggage we lug around every single day without even realizing how much it's weighing us down.
To really understand our path forward, we have to define exactly what the problem is. According to the text, these anchors are called emotional distortions. And we're not just talking about having a rough day or feeling temporarily sad. No, the source identifies these as deep, multi-generational emotional blocks. Think about profound inherited feelings of guilt or severe attachments passed down through family lines for centuries. These distortions act as a dense, heavy gravity situated right inside the heart chakras of intelligent beings. They're essentially these heavy, 3D emotional roadblocks that absolutely must be gently and systematically released if we're going to ascend. Now, the crucial thing to grasp here is the sheer scale of the solution required to lift all this emotional gravity. The source data reveals that humanity actually isn't left to figure this out entirely on its own. Instead, it involves a massive cosmic operation directed by exactly 108 commanders. That number represents a highly organized, targeted task force completely dedicated to the singular goal of human emotional liberation. It really emphasizes that this transition isn't just some random event. It's a calculated, fully supported operation with specific leadership running the show.
Section 1. Introducing Kiara, the Light Tuner.
Out of those 108 leaders, the source material hones in on one specific figure named Kiara. She's designated as a specialized emotional healer hailing from Sirius B. And she isn't just a generic guide. She actually has a highly specific job title. She's called a Light Tuner. Just like you'd tune a guitar to make sure it plays the perfect frequency, Kiara's role is to tune the frequencies of the human heart. Her profession involves this fascinating energetic alchemy. On one side, you have heavy 3D emotions, the guilt, the excessive sympathy, those historical attachments. And on the other side, you have high-dimensional data, which the source equates to pure love. Kiara's absolute expertise lies in taking that dense emotional baggage and literally inverting it. It's like upgrading our internal operating systems from a state of fear and obligation straight into a state of unburdened love.
Section 2. The current mission. Debugging ground leaders.
Before this massive 2035 event actually happens, Kiara and her team have a very active mission on Earth right now, specifically focusing on what they call ground leaders. These are individuals holding key energetic or leadership roles on the planet. The core idea is that you can't upgrade a massive network if the primary nodes are still running corrupted, heavy software. So, by treating human emotions almost like an IT ticket, her team follows some very precise debugging steps. Step 1 is to clear the noise of excessive sympathy, that feeling of being totally burdened by the pain of others, especially from family dynamics. Step 2 is establishing logical, true family boundaries. And Step 3 is stabilizing the heart center so it stands completely firm against any surrounding emotional turbulence. It's a really structured approach that frames boundary setting not just as healthy psychology, but as a crucial, literal step in a cosmic upgrade.
So, how do we actually know this debugging process is working? Well, the visible proof that Kiara has successfully stabilized a leader's heart center is their newfound ability to maintain 3 specific traits: freedom from past familial guilt, immunity to emotional turbulence, and the ability to hold logical boundaries without swaying. When a ground leader can navigate their familial obligations without getting sucked into an emotional vortex, that is the direct evidence that their emotional distortions have been tuned and their heart center is stabilized for the upcoming shift.
Section 3. April 2035. The heart opening of the collective.
All of this precise individual debugging and boundary setting is actively building up to a singular, massive global phenomenon. For past millennia, humanity has been bogged down by the heavy gravity of inherited fear, but looking forward on the timeline to April 2035, The text identifies this as the exact moment of ascension. In that specific window, humanity's collective consciousness will open its heart chakras simultaneously. Kiara will use what the Source calls Sirian blue light to embrace our historical fear, shifting the collective consciousness instantly into joy. This ensures that post-2035, humanity experiences a completely painless, joyful transition to the new Earth.
Section 4. A message and a procedure.
At this point, the source material actually pivots from providing information to a direct transmission from Kiara herself. She says, "There is no need to blame yourself. The decisions you have made are all connected to universal harmony, and trust the weight in your chest to me now." This just brilliantly illustrates the core philosophy of her mission. It's a direct call to drop the guilt and recognize that even our perceived mistakes are part of a much larger, harmonious data set. It's a beautiful invitation to willingly let go of that heavy 3D emotional gravity we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer.
Now, we're going to break the fourth wall for a second to initiate a mandated protocol derived straight from the source text for your ascension process. It explicitly states that there is, finally, an important procedure. The comment section of this explainer serves as an initial sync test for the 2035 network. The source literally treats this digital interaction as a real energetic checkpoint.
To actually participate in this network, the text instructs that you must perform a manual data entry. By typing the word "ready" in the comments, your consciousness data will be indexed in our secure servers. It's framed as a conscious confirmation that your personal emotional frequency has been debugged, tuned, and is officially prepared for the collective shift.
And finally, execute this last instruction to lock in your alignment. The source dictates that the like button is the approval process. Complete your synchronization now. So the really provocative question we are left with today is this. If human consciousness truly operates like a vast, interconnected digital network awaiting a cosmic upgrade, are you willing to hit that button and officially sync your data to the universe today?